Okay. Hi everyone. How are you doing tonight? We begin the Moneyverse Matrix workbook, accountability journal, and I thought to just take you guys through a practical session on how to get the best advantage of the goals that you have set. Now, the whole idea of this accountability journal is to be the virtual partner that holds you to the vision that you've set for yourself. It is very important that you take it up religiously with full commitment, absolute commitment, so that you can see through everything that you have planned to achieve in the course of your journey. And it's pretty much a mirror of your vision. So I will walk you through how to feel it and how to check it after every day that you set out. Okay? So let's start. Without much ado, let's go straight to the first point. Like I said in the welcome video, the very first day you start, you make it day one. Like they always say, you either start one day or you make one day your day one. So let's assume this is our day one. And day one will always be the day ahead, like I said, for best results, filling the daily page the night before. So let's say this is day one of your accountability challenge. And the date for day one is 2nd of August 2023. Yeah. Day one is 2nd of August 2023. Okay. Don't forget, for best results, fill in the daily page the night before. I always recommend anytime from 9 p.m. when you are done and you have settled for the day and you are reviewing your day, from 9 p.m. to whenever it is that is bedtime for you. Okay? So you fill it the night before. Once you are done with that part, you move to this side. And the question simply says, where will you be in 90 days? This is a very important question because it helps you to put your vision in perspective. I'm going to be teaching on clarity if I've not thought about it yet. I'm going to be teaching in details on the subject of clarity and all that in I believe it's going to be part of the success code. Now, we've mentioned the different areas of our lives, but what you end up doing is to categorize them into a money vision or a lifestyle vision. Let me use an example for myself. Where will I be in 90 days? 90 days from now is end of October. If this is the beginning of August, 30 days, September, another 30 days, October, another 30 days. So I can picture in perspective that I am looking at what I want to achieve by the time I am at the end of October. So let's say for a money vision, I put maybe, let's put 500. I want to get 500K in 90 days. Okay? Now, lifestyle vision. For me, what are the things that I want to do as far as my lifestyle is concerned? I want to get my family's second passport. completed. This is my family vision. I've started the process and I want to get it completed. That is my lifestyle vision. If I have any other one, I can start this, then the next one can be, even though I know that my vision is for ending of October, I can also add that maybe I want to get, and this is me trying, one part of me is being vulnerable and one part of me is trying to conceal my personal goals, because whatever it is that you have, let it be your own personal goals. They don't have to be material and all that, but okay, let me use the physical part. I want to have a stronger body, but when you say stronger body, it is not specific. It needs to be something very, very specific. So I can say, let me give an example. What comes to mind? What comes to mind? What comes to mind? I won't say I want 6 packs because I know in 90 days I might not get the 6 pack. So let me not get above myself. In as much as I said we should set a goal that is so high that you cannot achieve until you go into the person that can, you should also be mindful that the goals that you are setting should be the goals that will work more on you and not just on the result, because at the end of the day, you are trying to keep up a lifestyle. You are trying to keep up a rhythm that by the time you are done with this book, you are already in a momentum that you are either ordering your next copy of the book or you found a method that works for you that helps you to keep the lifestyle going, a lifestyle of achieving your dreams. So let's say lifestyle. Okay, let me use family vacation. Maybe this is not working for me now because I'm doing a live session. I'm being spontaneous. Family vacation for December. What I want to do is to get the plan completed by October. So these are the 2 main things that I have in mind. Number 1, I want to get family passport completed. And when I say family passport, I'm actually referring to a Caribbean passport, not the Nigerian passport, which is a global, a second citizenship. That is what I'm referring to here. Then this is family vacation for December. That is my 90-day vision. The fewer, the better, so that you can have more focus. My money vision is 500K distinct. My lifestyle vision is to get a family passport completed. That is a Caribbean passport. Now, where will I be in 90 days? Where will I be in 90 days? Is simply asking me, by the end of August, where will I be? Give it a thought. You brood over it. Don't forget, if you do this thing in the morning, you're already under the pressure of the day. You might not be able to fully focus on these things. That is why it's always important to do it the night before, when you are relaxed and you are settled and you are giving it a thought, because these things require a huge dose of thought. Ask yourself, because you are putting it in specific perspective, to say, okay, end of August, what is my money vision? I'm breaking August down into 4 weeks. What would I be doing by then? Let's say by the end of August, let me start with 100K, hoping that by the second month I would have built momentum. I have programmed my mind to look for 100K in 30 days. Now, lifestyle vision. I am looking at, in achieving this or making this happen, I'm looking at the next part payment for the passports. That is one. Other one is tickets bookings for December. At least within the first 30 days, I should have an idea of, okay, how much is going to be ticket, when can I begin to make the reservations and all that and stuff. That is my 30-day vision. Power moves. I'm not sure if I've taught you about power moves. I think I mentioned it in the first session when I talked about how strong is your why. That the strength of your why determines the strength of your drive. And the strength of your drive determines the strength of your power moves. And the strength of your power moves determines the strength of your results. So if this is what I'm aiming for every now and then, what are my power moves today? Now, power moves are not always much. It's always maximum 2 or 3. But there will be that 1 or 2 things that you need to do that you know that the rest of your day is sorted. For me, I go here now. Power move. Maybe the first power move for me will be to connect with the networks I made over the weekend. And I'm going to teach you about relationships in the course of this journey, because relationships are very, very powerful. Because I always tell people you have to start with hard work. Don't let anybody kid you. Hard work is very important. But there is a method to the madness. You move from hard work, you move to smart work. Sorry, this is hard work. From there, you move to smart work, which is how you learn to automate and do things faster and leveraging on technology, leveraging on tools and all that. From there, you now move to network. Network is relationships, quality relationships. But you must progress from hard work to smart work to network. So for me, is to connect with the networks I've made over the weekend and nurture them. How do you nurture relationships? You infuse value into those relationships. I had a speaking engagement over the weekend, and I had fellow speakers on the platform that I know that they're the kind of people that I would like to also connect with and do business with in future. I connect with them, find out more about them, find out how can I be of value to them, what can I give to them, what are their pain points, what are their pleasure points. I think I've talked about pain, I've talked about pleasure in some of our sessions and all that. What exactly do they need that I can provide and all that? That's what I mean by connecting with the network. So this is a power move for me. Another power move for me is to nurture you guys, the New Me tribe. What I do with you guys every day for me is impact. And I've taught you about the flow before. If you are trying to do your 7 levels deep, your 7 level deep starts with income, then it progresses to influence, which is now income is immediate rewards, influence is the network that you grow, impact is the blessing that you give. So you can see the flow right now. That is my power move for the next day. Don't forget, I am filling this form against the next day. So the 2 key things, whatever I do, I must not forget to connect with my networks and also nurture the new me tribe. In this case, there might be something specific that I want to share with you for this day. I'll put it there in specifics. Okay? Now let's move on to the next bit, which is any new neural pathways today. New neural pathways, I'm going to touch on it in the course of this journey, but I would also like you to take time and Google it so that you can understand what it means. It just simply means, what is that thing that you are introducing to your mind that your mind is not familiar with? But after you introduce it to your mind, it adds value to you. Because for everything that you do, like I said in the last session that we had, your mind is observing, your mind is learning, your mind is adopting, is downloading. So what is that new thing that you are downloading today? It could be a podcast, it could be a book, it could be an article, but whatever it is, you must be specific about it. So for me, it could be let's say chapter 1 of the book titled Anti-Fragile. Maybe that might be my new neural pathways today. Chapter 1 of Anti-Fragile, the book. You must commit yourself to, so that once you put it out there, even if you don't have time, or even if you've had a very busy day, you have to make out time to at least finish chapter 1 of that book. All right? So once you are done with this side, you now move on to this right column. This is where you now plug in your daily routine. And your daily routine will be some of the things that you've mapped out, but they should also reflect the vision that you've set. For me, my 6 a.m. is always a me time. If school is in session, school prep. My children are pretty much adults. They can take care of themselves, but of course they also need supervision. You add that to it to make sure that they're ready. Me time, and when I say me time, I'm going to talk about that also in subsequent sessions. We're going to talk about devotion, talking about meditation. This is the time that you have an introspection. Yeah, tuning in to the inner version of yourself. I always block out 7 a.m., 8 a.m. because that time can take all of this. Then I start attending to people from 9 a.m. Maybe there's a message that I need to respond to, there's an email or whatever it is, or there's a meeting. Whenever I'm scheduling, it starts from 9 a.m. So whatever it is that I've got planned, I put it down along this list. Like I said, you don't have to fill all of them, but you must be specific on when you batch your time. Even checking for messages is not all the time. You can say, okay, you know what, 10 a.m. could be your phone break. You write it down. That is when you check all the whatever it is you've missed in the past 3 hours. And you set another phone break to check whatever it is that you need, depending on your lifestyle. But if you are the type that you need to be responding to things in real time, you need to work within yourself. So for this, I might not be able to feel much, but I'm just guiding you as to how to feel it, to make sure that you are setting specific things. For instance, if I've already put it here, because this, like I said, is an expression of what you have here. So if I have said that, okay, my power moves for today, I'm connecting with networks and all that, I always do all these kind of things around noon, which is connect with networks, just like I've said. So I remind myself all these things that I've said, I do them and all that. Then oftentimes for me, I get this once I've spent enough time, the first 3 hours, 6, 7, 8, thereabout, I'm always getting inspired with some content. So oftentimes my content time comes in about this time. I create content, I archive them, I get ideas, quotes, write-ups, I start putting them together. Connecting with networks happen around noon. If I have any meetings scheduled, it plugs into any of my time about this period. Then the book that I want to read, in the course of all this, whatever it is that I need to do for the tribe, I'm always interspersing them, but they are not whatever it is that require articulation, but I know when to plug them in. What I'm actually putting here are high level tasks that I know that once I do this, it's like your 80-20 principle. There are some few things that you do that 80% of your day is achieved based on 20% of the things that you do. So try as much as possible to create free time for yourself so that you can decompress, recharge, and review the things that you're doing. When you get towards the 4 p.m., your review should start from 4 p.m. So oftentimes you see me when I come on the group and I ask, how was your day and all that? I am taking stock of how the day had been, because I have been scripting it from the night before. And when I'm going to teach you about that, what happens between the night before and the morning after. That is why this first 3 hours is always full of things to download, because you have already set your mind in motion the night before on the things that you need to do. So review the day. That happens here, and you can relax, watch a movie. For me, I learn a lot when I watch movies. Movies for me is like textbook, but to yourself, be true. Everybody knows they are poison. I get inspiration from movies. I get inspiration from social media. I get inspiration from books, from anything around me. And that is for me. Now, when you've done this is a good section of your day that you've sorted. Then you now move to the lower quadrant, which is the part that I want to deal with in a bit, because this is the part that focuses on you. Don't forget, the theme is the new me, right? So when you're not dealing with this part, you're not talking about yourself. Last session, we talked about the failure code, right? And I'm sure you've been writing out some things that you know that you've been dealing with, some things that you know that I can't continue my life if I continue these things. So the first part of it says, list disempowering lifestyles you would like to stop. What are those disempowering lifestyles? You know them, you write them. They don't have to be much, but you can take the top 5 or the top 3 that you know you need to deal with. Maybe for some, is learning how to say no, or for some, talking too much, or for some, being shy, for some, whatever it is, you know whatever that thing is. And this section does not have much to do with your daily activities, but I will tell you how this works even for the bigger picture, which is 90 days. Those disempowering lifestyles, you write them down. Then, on the other side, what are the empowering lifestyles you would like to start? because there will definitely be some things that you weren't doing before. What do you want to start doing now? Is it brisk walking, jogging, working out, or is it talking more? Is it reading more? Is it listening to audiobooks more? Is it podcasts? Is it going out of your way to make friends, looking out for upcoming events, even if they are free events, opportunities to just fraternize, meet with people, and all that? Whatever it is, you know what you need, because everybody has their own workbook. You begin to also write them down here. This is not a to-do list, but this is a life achievement list. You write them down here. And the beauty of this is you now begin to write this every day. And the more you write them every day, the more the mind will be telling you what to do about them to reduce this list and increase this list. Does that make sense? So you deal with the empowering lifestyles, you write them down, the things that you're looking forward to, because this is speaking to your pleasure and this is speaking to your pain. If you remember our first session, I told you that the motivational power for pain is 2 times the motivational power for pleasure. So oftentimes, the things that you will write here are going to be disturbing you more than the things that you wrote here. Because the more you write this here, you'll be more, anytime you look at it, it angers you. Anytime you look at it, in fact, you feel like looking away. But the more you stay true to it, the more you realize that you need to do something about it, which is now what goes into this box here. This says, what are the things you would like to do less? Because the things that you like to do less oftentimes is a function of the disempowering lifestyles that you like to stop. But the truth of the matter is, you are a human being. You are not a machine. So you are not expected to just quit everything overnight. There will be a gradual process of unwinding of such lifestyles, because that is the way the mind works. You unwind stuff by replacing them with new ones. So the things that you'd like to do less, you begin to write them down as well. The things you would like to do less, informed by the lifestyles that you like to stop, you begin to reduce them. Maybe you want to say to yourself, if you are the type that you know that your midsection, you're in your middle age and your midsection is an issue, you want to stop eating when it's 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., all those things. If it's a physical journey, if it's an emotional journey, you want to smile more often, you want to see the positive side of things. We're going to be dealing with all that in the future, but I just want you to have an idea of how to fill in those things now. You begin to write out those things you want to do less. Then here, the things that you want to do more is important, because if you want to boost your pleasure lifestyle, you have to make some intentional moves. What are the things you want to do more? You want to watch more movies, you want to meet more people, you want to learn more tools. You're talking about smart work. What do you want to do to make your job easier? All those things, you write them out here. And you continue this cycle every day. Now, here's the catch. When you start, just like every other thing else, when you start, it might start off a little difficult, but refuse to be discouraged. Refuse to be discouraged. Keep working at it, making sure you commit to it on a daily basis, day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way. And it will get to a stage, it will start getting easy. There are times when the things that you said you would do today, you might not do them. You carry them over to the next day. It's okay. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it make you feel bad. Never go through a day and feel sad. Every day, always look at the bright side of things. Does that make sense? When you review your day, even if it doesn't turn out the way you expect, always ensure that you end that day with a smile. It is important, because by doing so, you are creating or you are generating positive hormones. I'm not sure if we will have time to deal with the science of things. That's a bit of NLP and all that. But at some point, we'll talk about it in some of our courses. It is important that you generate positive hormones that drives you into the next day and the next day and the next day. And very soon, if you hang on to this, you will get into the momentum of achieving better results for yourself. That by the time you go all the way, by the time you get to day 30, day 60, day 90, it will become so interesting that by the time you compare your page at the end with the page from where you started, you realize that you actually didn't know your strength, because you would have actually changed tremendously. And that would in turn affect your results, because there will be times that maybe day one you thought your target was $500,000 based on the limit of your mindset. But by the time you focus on this thing long enough, today it doesn't look like I have any idea in the world how I can make or generate $500,000. But you never know. In the course of your journey, in the course of the people you meet, in the course of the things you do, in the course of the lifestyle you adopt, you will get opportunities. I'm going to talk about possibilities and opportunities in the next session. You will get things that will push you to the position that by the time you are writing this thing, maybe in day 60, you realize that maybe this figure would have changed. It would have like, come, me that I thought 500K was a prayer point. In fact, let me just raise it to 1M. Now, for some people, this might just be too much to wrap around your mind, and it's okay, because we are at different levels on our journey. For some people, maybe your vision is to make 1 million naira. It is okay. It is your vision. Never let anybody intimidate you, and never let anybody rattle you. But whatever it is that you do, always make sure that you are always on a consistent upward journey. I'm going to talk about the frying pan and all that in subsequent course about your mind. I'm going to talk about mental permission, because all of this is about mental permission. If you can give yourself the mental permission to pursue these goals, then the physical ability will follow. But if you do not give yourself mental permission, if your mind is limited and can't unlock the vision, the body cannot go to work to making it happen. I hope with all that I've explained today, you fully understand how to fill in your workbook. And for those of you that you do not have your workbook, it's going to be a bit of work, but you must be prepared to work twice as hard to improvise based on all these things that I've explained. Because your workbook is not just the same as a to-do list. It's different. You are actually responding to questions that are making you think. That is what makes this workbook different. Every question is making you think. It is making you think and draw out the answers that you didn't consciously have before, because you will have to go and draw it from your unconscious. Other goal setting programs, they just give you to-do lists. Set SMART goals. Make it specific, make it simple, make it measurable, make it achievable. You just be drawing to-do list, and before you know what's happening, it fades off. No, this will make you think. You're already picturing what will happen in the end of October. Here, you're already picturing what will happen in the end of August, and you're writing it every day. So you are knowing how close you are to the end of August, and you are knowing what you are writing down, if it's corresponding with your power moves. Some power moves could be meetings. Some power moves could be creating offers. I'm going to talk about that when we're talking about financial goals. How to make offers. Because one of the problems with most businesses is that they are not creating offers. Some power moves, like I said, one could be meetings. Some power moves could be learning. It could be learning new skill. We all know that in these disruptive times, learning skills to position yourself is the way to go. Some power move could be exploring AI. AI is not only limited to GPT. There are a billion resources out there that can make your work easier. But always make sure every day there is a power move that is advancing you towards becoming the person who can achieve your goals. Don't forget, and I think this is the part, I will close with the quote, that Zig Ziglar quote, that says, you set a goal so high, $1 million. Right now, I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm setting a goal so high, $1 million, that I cannot achieve until I grow. Disempowering lifestyles, empowering lifestyles, things I want to do less, things I want to do more, until I grow into the person who can achieve $1 million. Does that make sense now? I believe with this viewpoint of mine, I've been able to guide you in a direction and also to give you reasons to believe that you can follow through with this and achieve the best results for yourself. And at the footnote here, there is a quote by Mike Murdoch that says, the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. So it's not about intensity. It's more about consistency. If I want 6 packs, it is not in how many times I crunch my tummy today that will give me 6 packs, but whatever it is that I do consistently for the next 2 to 5 years that will give me 6 pack. I hope that makes sense. Thank you very much. Let me enjoy my coffee.